Your philosophy is the foundation of everything you do. It's how you see the world, how you think about success, how you interpret challenges, and ultimately how you make decisions. The truth is, your philosophy determines your financial future long before you ever make a dime. Most people want to be wealthy, but their philosophy about money and success is completely out of alignment with that desire. They've been taught to think small, to believe that wealth is only for the lucky or the already privileged. They've been conditioned to believe that hard work alone guarantees success, without realizing that the wrong kind of hard work, without strategy, without vision, can keep them trapped in the same financial struggle for years. Your philosophy is like the operating system of your mind. If you're running an outdated system, one filled with limiting beliefs, poor financial habits, and a lack of direction, you'll never experience the success you desire. You must upgrade that system. You must change how you think before you can change how you live. The difference between broke thinking and wealth thinking. There are two ways to approach life, a scarcity mindset or an abundance mindset. People with a scarcity mindset believe there's only so much success to go around. They think that if someone else gets rich, it means there's less for them. They operate out of fear. Fear of taking risks, fear of investing in themselves, fear of losing money. Wealthy thinkers, on the other hand, understand that success is limitless. They know that money flows to those who provide value. They see opportunities instead of obstacles. They invest in knowledge because they understand that the mind is the most valuable asset they own. They aren't afraid to fail because they know failure is nothing more than feedback, a lesson that gets them closer to success. A person with a broke philosophy will say things like, money is the root of all evil. Rich people are greedy. I'll never be able to afford that. I just need a lucky break. But someone with a millionaire philosophy thinks differently. Money is a tool that amplifies who I already am. Rich people provide value and solve problems. How can I afford that? I create my own luck by preparing for opportunities. The difference isn't intelligence. It isn't even effort. It's perspective. And perspective is something you can change. The power of what you feed your mind. The mind is like soil. Whatever you plant in it, it will return to you in abundance. If you plant weeds, doubt, negativity, limiting beliefs, you will harvest a life filled with struggle. But if you plant seeds of growth, knowledge, discipline, vision, you will harvest success. So let me ask you, what are you feeding your mind? Most people spend hours every day consuming content that does nothing to improve their lives. They watch reality TV, listen to gossip, fill their heads with negative news, and then they wonder why they feel stuck. Wealthy thinkers do something different. They intentionally shape their minds by consuming the right information. They read books on personal development, listen to mentors who challenge their thinking, surround themselves with people who push them to grow. If you want to change your philosophy, start by changing what you expose yourself to. Pick up a book that challenges your perspective. Listen to podcasts that expand your thinking. Cut out the negativity that drains your energy. Your environment shapes your thinking. Your philosophy is not just shaped by what you read or watch, it's shaped by the people around you. If you spend most of your time with people who complain about money, blame the government, or believe success is impossible, guess what? You will start thinking the same way. Begin the 5 people you spend the most time with. Do they inspire you? Do they challenge you to grow? Or do they reinforce the same old patterns that have kept you where you are? Wealthy individuals understand the power of association. They seek out mentors, they join mastermind groups, they invest in relationships that elevate their thinking. If you don't have successful people in your immediate circle, don't let that stop you. Today, you have access to the minds of millionaires and billionaires through books, videos, courses. You can learn from the best, even if you've never met them in person, rewriting the money story you've been taught. Most people inherit their philosophy about money from their upbringing. If you grew up in a household where money was scarce, where financial stress was common, you likely absorbed beliefs that still influence you today. Maybe you were taught that making money is hard. Maybe you were taught that it's selfish to want more. Maybe you grew up seeing your parents struggle and now you subconsciously believe that struggle is just a part of life. But here's the truth. You have the power to rewrite your money story. If you grew up in financial struggle, use it as motivation to create a different future. If you were taught limiting beliefs, question them. Ask yourself, is this belief helping me or is it holding me back? If it's holding you back, replace it with a new belief, one that empowers you. You weren't born with a fixed philosophy about money, it was learned. And anything that is learned can be unlearned, from employee thinking to entrepreneurial thinking. One of the biggest shifts you can make in your philosophy is the shift from employee thinking to entrepreneurial thinking. An employee mindset says, I trade my time for money. I work hard and I hope my boss rewards me. An entrepreneurial mindset says, I create value and money is a byproduct of that value. An employee mindset waits for permission. An entrepreneurial mindset takes responsibility. Even if you work a job, you can start thinking like an entrepreneur. Look for ways to increase your value. Develop skills that make you more valuable in the marketplace. Start a side business, even if it's small. Wealth is not about how many hours you work, it's about how much value you create. The sooner you adopt this philosophy, the sooner you'll see your financial life change. The philosophy of long-term thinking. Most people think in days and weeks. Wealthy thinkers think in years and decades. When you operate with a short-term mindset, you make decisions based on immediate gratification. You spend money impulsively, you avoid investments that take time to pay off, you hesitate to build skills that don't give you instant rewards. But when you adopt a long-term philosophy, everything changes. You invest in knowledge because you know it will pay off. You make financial decisions based on the future, not just the present. You understand that wealth isn't built overnight. It's built through consistent action over time. Final thought on philosophy. Your philosophy is either building your wealth or destroying it. If you want to become a millionaire, start by thinking like one, because once your mind is ready, the money will follow. If you want to know where your future is headed, look at your daily habits. Success is not an accident, and neither is failure. Both are the result of small, consistent actions, repeated over time. What you do every single day compounds, either working for you or against you. And this is where most people get it wrong. They believe success is about one big breakthrough, one lucky break, one major opportunity that changes everything. But the truth is, success is not about what you do once, it's about what you do daily. It's not about intensity, but consistency. Most people struggle not because they lack intelligence or opportunity, but because they lack discipline. They fail to realize that every decision they make, how they spend their time, what they feed their mind, the habits they cultivate, either moves them closer to wealth or further away from it. The power of small disciplines. Most people overestimate what they can do in a day, but underestimate what they can achieve in a year. They set big goals, but they don't master the small disciplines that lead to those goals. If you study the habits of millionaires, you'll find a common pattern. They do the little things right, day after day, until success is inevitable. They wake up early, they read, they plan their day, they track their progress, they prioritize their time. They don't just work hard, they work smart. It's not about making one big life-changing decision. It's about mastering the simple disciplines that, when done consistently, lead to extraordinary results. Let's take two people. One wakes up early, reads for 30 minutes a day, exercises, and invests time in developing a skill. The other sleeps in, scrolls social media, and drifts through life without a plan. In one day, there's not much difference. In a week, still not much. But in a year, in 5 years, the difference is night and day. One will have built a mindset of discipline, knowledge, and financial success. The other will wonder why they're still stuck. The difference between successful and unsuccessful people, what separates the successful from the unsuccessful, is not luck, talent, or even intelligence. It's discipline. It's the ability to do what needs to be done even when they don't feel like doing it. Millionaires think differently. They treat time like an investment. Every hour is a choice. Will this hour move me closer to my goals, or is it just wasted? They plan their day in advance. They eliminate distractions. They focus on high-value activities, the tasks that actually create wealth, growth, and opportunity. If you want to develop a millionaire mindset, start managing your time with purpose. Stop spending hours on things that don't serve your future. Replace distractions with productivity. Prioritize your goals over instant gratification. The compound effect of habits. Every habit, no matter how small, has a compound effect. It may not seem like much today, but over time it creates massive change. Take health, for example. If you eat a burger and fries today, nothing happens. You don't suddenly gain 20 pounds. But if you eat junk food every day for a year, the effects show. The same goes for finances. Spending $5 on coffee once won't ruin you, but if you do it every day instead of saving or investing, over time you miss out on thousands of dollars. This is why discipline matters. It's about making the right decisions consistently until they become second nature. Unsuccessful people let their emotions dictate their actions. If they don't feel like waking up early, they sleep in. If they don't feel like reading, they watch TV. If they don't feel like working out, they skip it. And over time, these small decisions keep them stuck in mediocrity. Successful people, on the other hand, have trained themselves to act based on their goals, not their feelings. They wake up early not because they feel like it, but because they've made it a habit. They read not because they're in the mood, but because they know growth comes from learning. They take action even when it's uncomfortable because they know discipline leads to success. The habit of managing time wisely. Time is the most valuable resource you have. Unlike money, once time is spent, you can never get it back. And how you use your time will determine your level of success. Most people waste hours every day on meaningless activities. Scrolling through social media, watching TV, engaging in distractions that add no value to their lives. They confuse being busy with being productive. The power of a morning routine. One of the most powerful habits you can develop is a strong morning routine. How you start your day determines how you live your day. And how you live your day determines how you live your life. Millionaires don't wake up and check social media first thing. They don't hit snooze 10 times. They start their day with intention. A strong morning routine might include waking up early. Time is your most valuable asset. Own your mornings rereading or listening to something positive. Feed your mind with wisdom. Exercise. A strong body fuels a strong mind. Setting goals for the day. If you don't control your day, the day controls you. By doing these small things every morning, you set the tone for success. The habit of financial discipline, wealth, isn't just about making money, it's about managing it. And financial success comes down to simple habits. Pay yourself first. Before you spend on anything else, invest in yourself and your future. Read below your means. Avoid lifestyle inflation. Just because you make more doesn't mean you should spend more. Invest consistently. Wealthy people don't just save, they invest. Money should be working for you, not sitting in a bank. Track your spending. Most people have no idea where their money goes. Track it, and you'll take control of it. These small disciplines, practiced daily, separate the wealthy from the broke. The habit of self-discipline and learning. Millionaires never stop learning. The world is constantly changing, and those who refuse to grow get left behind. Make it a habit to learn something new every day. Read books on success, finance, business. Listen to mentors, attend seminars. The more you learn, the more valuable you become. Most people stop learning after school, but school is just the beginning. The real education, the education that leads to wealth, happens when you take responsibility for your own growth. The key to building discipline. Discipline is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. The problem is, most people never train their discipline. They give in to distractions, excuses, and bad habits. If you struggle with discipline, don't try to change everything overnight. Pick one habit. Wake up 30 minutes earlier. Read 10 pages a day. Cut out one bad spending habit. Master that and then build on it. The key to success isn't luck or intelligence. It's mastering the small daily habits that lead to greatness. Wealth is not something you pursue, it is something you attract by becoming more valuable. The marketplace doesn't pay for time, it pays for value. If you want to increase your wealth, you must increase your value. This is one of the greatest truths about success that most people never fully understand. Many people believe wealth is about working harder. They think if they put in more hours, grind longer, or hustle nonstop, they'll become rich. But that's not how the world works. If it were, construction workers and janitors who work extremely hard would be among the wealthiest people on the planet. But they're not, because the marketplace doesn't pay for effort, it pays for results. The biggest financial breakthroughs happen when you shift your mindset from working harder to working smarter. Instead of asking, how can I work more hours? Ask, how can I increase the value I provide? Because the more value you bring, the more money you make. The law of value and compensation, there is an invisible law that governs wealth, whether you recognize it or not. It states that your income is determined by the value you create for others. The more problems you solve, the bigger the impact you make, the greater your financial rewards. Go wide. Every wealthy person, whether a business owner, an investor, an entertainer, or a top-level executive, has built their fortune by solving a problem, fulfilling a need, or providing value at a high level. A doctor who saves lives gets paid more than a fast food worker because the value they provide is greater. A CEO who leads a company that generates billions earns more than an entry-level employee because their decisions impact the entire business. An entrepreneur who creates a product that improves people's lives will make more money than someone who simply works for an hourly wage. Your financial position right now is a direct reflection of the value you bring to the marketplace. If you're not earning what you want, don't complain about the economy, your boss, or the system. Instead, ask yourself, how can I increase my value? The 3 levels of value. Not all value is created equal. Some people make millions while others struggle, even though they both work hard. Why? Because there are different levels of value. Let's break them down. Time-based value, lowest level. This is where most people operate. They trade time for money, hourly jobs, salaries, or freelance work. The problem? Time is limited. No matter how hard you work, there are only 24 hours in a day. The solution? Move beyond time-based value and start creating leveraged value. Skill-based value, mid-level. People with specialized skills earn more because they provide higher value. Doctors, lawyers, engineers, and coders make more than minimum wage workers because their expertise is rare and valuable. If you want to increase your income, learn a skill that the marketplace values. Not all skills are equal. Some are in high demand, others are easily replaceable. Choose wisely, scalable value. This is where true wealth is created. People at this level earn based on results, not time. Entrepreneurs, investors, entertainers, and business leaders operate here. They create businesses, products, intellectual property, or investments that generate money whether they're working or not. If you want to escape the time for money trap, focus on building scalable value. How to increase your value in the marketplace. If you want to earn more, you must become more valuable. And here's how you do it. Develop high-income skills. The difference between making $40,000 and $400,000 a year often comes down to the skills you have. Skills like sales, negotiation, copywriting, investing, marketing, and leadership are highly valuable in the marketplace. Held out which skills are in demand and start mastering them. Solve bigger problems. The world rewards problem solvers. If you want to make more money, solve bigger problems. A janitor cleans an office. A doctor saves lives. That's why one makes more than the other. Instead of looking for easy work, look for meaningful work that provides value at scale. Provide value without expecting immediate return. Wealthy individuals understand that value comes first, money comes second. Seek more, help more, give more, and money will follow. It may not happen instantly, but it will happen. Leverage systems and people. You cannot create massive wealth alone. Every millionaire and billionaire has a team, a system, or technology that helps them scale their value. Think about how you can use automation, delegation, or outsourcing to maximize your output. Shift from consumer to creator. Most people consume more than they create. They spend hours on social media, watching TV, and buying things. Wealthy people create. They write books, launch businesses, build brands, and invest in assets. The more you create, the more valuable you become. The role of mindset in wealth creation. Your mindset around money and value determines everything. Most people have limiting beliefs about wealth. They think making money is hard, rich people are lucky, I'll never be successful. But successful people think differently. They believe money is a byproduct of value. Success is predictable if I follow the right principles. I have the power to increase my value and income. Your mindset shapes your actions. If you believe wealth is possible for you, you'll start taking steps to increase your value. If you believe you're stuck, you'll never take action. The myth of luck and overnight success. Some people look at millionaires and assume they got lucky. They think success happens overnight. But behind every wealthy individual is a history of effort, discipline, and value creation. Luck may play a small role, but value is what sustains wealth. You don't become a millionaire by accident. You become one by mastering your craft, solving problems, and creating something people are willing to pay for. Right at any successful entrepreneur, investor, or high-level professional, they spent years developing their value before they saw massive financial results. Jeff Bezos didn't wake up one day and become a billionaire. He built Amazon by solving a problem in the marketplace. Elon Musk didn't get lucky. He created companies that provided solutions at scale. Success is the result of mastering value creation, not chance. Why wealthy people keep getting richer? Ever notice how the rich seem to get richer while the poor stay stuck? It's not a conspiracy. It's a result of value and leverage. Wealthy people reinvest their money into assets that generate more income. They put money into businesses, stocks, real estate, and intellectual property that continues to grow. Meanwhile, broke people spend every dollar they earn, never reinvesting in themselves or their future. They live paycheck to paycheck because they focus on consumption instead of creation. If you want to build wealth, start thinking like the wealthy. Increase your value, create assets, and reinvest in what grows. One of the most powerful realizations you can ever have is that your life, your success, your failures, your wealth, your struggles, is your responsibility. The moment you accept this truth is the moment you take control of your destiny. Most people go through life blaming circumstances, other people, the government, their upbringing, or even bad luck for their problems. They believe life happens to them rather than because of them. They make excuses, complain, and wait for someone or something to change their situation. But wealthy, successful people think differently. They understand that where they are today is a direct result of the choices they have made. They don't blame, they don't make excuses, and they don't expect handouts. Instead, they take full ownership of their actions, their mindset, and their future. If you want to develop a millionaire mindset, the first thing you must do is eliminate all excuses and accept total responsibility for your life. Because until you do, you will always be stuck waiting for something outside of yourself to change. The power of ownership. When you take responsibility for everything in your life, you gain power. The power to change, the power to grow, the power to succeed. You stop waiting for the economy to improve, for your boss to give you a raise, for luck to strike. You realize that you are the solution to your own problems. Think about it. If your finances are a mess, whose fault is it? The economy? Your employer? Or the fact that you haven't learned how to manage money properly? If you're out of shape, is it because of genetics? Or because you haven't committed to a healthy lifestyle? If your business is struggling, is it because the market is tough? Or because you haven't figured out how to adapt and provide more value? Millionaires don't sit around pointing fingers. They ask, what can I do to fix this? They don't wait for opportunities, they create them. They don't complain about problems, they solve them. They take full responsibility, and because of that, they control their outcomes. Excuses keep you broke. One of the biggest differences between successful and unsuccessful people is how they handle challenges. Unsuccessful people make excuses. They say things like, I wasn't born rich, I don't have enough time, the system is rigged, I'm too old, I'm too young, I don't know the right people. These excuses might feel real, but they are nothing more than limitations people place on themselves. Because if you study the stories of successful people, you'll find that many of them started with nothing. They weren't born into wealth. They had struggles, obstacles, and disadvantages, but they refused to let those things define them. Wealthy people don't say, "I can't." They ask, "How can I?" If they don't have money, they figure out how to make it. If they don't have time, they find ways to prioritize. If they don't know something, they learn. If they don't have connections, they build relationships. The truth is, there will always be obstacles. The question is, do you let them stop you, or do you take responsibility and find a way through them? Entitlement versus responsibility. One of the biggest enemies of success is entitlement. The belief that you deserve something just because you exist. Many people believe they should be rich, successful, or happy without putting in the effort to earn it. But the world doesn't work that way. The marketplace doesn't reward entitlement. It rewards value. No one is going to hand you success. No one owes you wealth. You don't get rich by wishing for it. Millionaires don't expect someone else to make them successful. They don't wait for permission. They don't rely on luck, the government, or their employer to take care of them. They take control of their own future. If you want to develop a millionaire mindset, you must let go of entitlement and replace it with responsibility. You must understand that everything you want in life is up to you to create. The role of mindset in personal responsibility. Your mindset is everything. How you think determines how you act, and how you act determines your results. If you have a victim mentality, believing life is unfair, that circumstances are against you, that success is out of your control, you will never reach your full potential. You will always find excuses, and excuses keep you stuck. But if you adopt an ownership mentality, believing that everything in your life is a result of your choices, you gain power, you stop complaining, and you start taking action. Consider this. 2 people lose their job. One blames the company, the economy, and bad luck. They sit around feeling sorry for themselves. The other immediately looks for new opportunities. They update their skills, network, and start their own side business. Who do you think will succeed? The difference isn't intelligence, luck, or talent. It's mindset. One person takes responsibility, the other does not. And that small difference determines their future. The responsibility of wealth not only is personal responsibility the key to achieving wealth, but it's also the key to maintaining it. People dream of being rich, but they don't realize that wealth comes with responsibility. If you can't manage $1,000, you won't be able to manage $1 million. If you can't be disciplined with a small income, you won't be disciplined with a large one. That's why most lottery winners lose everything within a few years. They get money, but they don't take responsibility for managing it. They spend recklessly, they don't invest, they don't plan for the future, and before they know it, they're broke again. Wealthy people take responsibility for their finances. They don't waste money on things they don't need. They don't live beyond their means. They educate themselves about investing, saving, and growing their wealth. They make smart decisions because they know financial success isn't just about making money, it's about managing it wisely. How to build a habit of responsibility. Taking responsibility isn't something you do once, it's a daily habit. Here's how you build it. Eliminate blame. Stop blaming other people, circumstances, or the past. Focus on what you can control. Own your decisions. Every choice you make has a consequence. Make better choices, get better results. Take action immediately. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Start now, even if it's small. Set failure as a lesson. When things go wrong, don't make excuses. Learn from it and improve. Be honest with yourself. Acknowledge where you need to improve. Growth starts with self-awareness. Success begins the moment you stop making excuses and start taking full responsibility for your life.